A family walks off Carnival Horizon in Montego Bay. Their 12-year-old is stopped at the gangway by police for a camouflage t-shirt and is sent straight back to the ship. There is no exception for age, nationality, or intent. It is one of 35 first-day cruise mistakes that feel harmless until they trigger fines, confiscations, or a trip to the naughty room. By the end of this video, you will know all 35. The last one costs people their entire vacation. It starts at the terminal curb. Many travelers show up hours before their assigned boarding window, thinking they can bypass the crowds and get on early. Instead, port security sends them to wait outside in the heat, creating the first long line of the day. Compounding this is skipping online check-in. Doing so routes you away from the fast-track lanes and directly into manual screening queues, where agents must type your personal details line by line. In this line, simple documentation mistakes quickly turn fatal. On closed-loop sailings departing and returning to the same U.S. port, citizens can legally travel with a birth certificate and photo ID instead of a passport. But a photocopy or a hospital-issued souvenir certificate won't work. The terminal requires an original, state-certified document with a raised seal. Waiting to download the cruise line's mobile app inside this steel and concrete terminal is another dead end. Once cellular signal drops, you lose access to digital boarding passes. Download it at home or start your vacation at a total standstill. Handing over your main suitcases at the curb means losing access to them for 3 to 5 hours, while crew members sort thousands of bags. Burying your passport, daily medications, or a swimsuit at the bottom of a checked suitcase guarantees hours of frustration. A single delayed bag can leave you stuck in sweaty travel clothes for your first evening at sea, with no backup outfit for dinner. At the security terminal, scanners flag household hazards and contraband. Packing surge-protected power strips, long extension cords, clothes irons, or travel steamers triggers immediate confiscation. These items present serious electrical and fire risks to the ship's grid. Security staff also routinely spot liquor smuggled inside shampoo bottles or mouthwash flasks, pouring it out on the spot. Bringing CBD, edibles, toy weapons, or drones routes you directly to the naughty room express. You will spend your first afternoon waiting in a basement corridor, answering to security officers as your control over the vacation quickly slips away. Once you clear security, you face a non-negotiable legal hurdle before the ship can turn its propellers. Treating the muster drill as a suggestion is a massive mistake. Under the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, emergency assembly drills are a strict legal requirement. Following the 2012 Costa Concordia disaster, international maritime law was amended to require that these safety briefings happen before the vessel departs. When cruise lines like Carnival rolled out self-muster apps in July 2021, they streamlined the process, but the requirement remains mandatory. You must still view the safety briefing on your phone or cabin television, then physically walk to your designated station, printed on your key card and cabin door, to have a crew member scan your barcode. Failing to complete this check-in triggers automated alerts. Crew members will hunt you down. If you ignore their warnings, port authorities and the Coast Guard back them up with heavy fines or outright removal from the ship before it even leaves the dock. The moment your cabin card activates, a quiet financial system begins running. The first trap sits inside the cabin fridge. Many passengers assume mini bar items are free perks, but they carry retail prices plus an automatic 18% gratuity. Another day, one drain is purchasing a drink package without doing the math. For many, it requires drinking 6 to 8 premium beverages every single day just to break even. But the largest silent cost comes from daily gratuities. Failing to prepay before 2026 hikes take effect is a costly error. Royal Caribbean charges $18.50 daily for standard cabins and $21 for suites. Carnival's fees rise to $17 for standard cabins and $19 for suites on April 2, 2026. Holland America goes to $18 for standard cabins and $20 for suites on June 1, 2026, while Norwegian charges $20 for standard cabins and $25 in the Haven. Prepaying before these dates locks in lower rates. Otherwise, a family of 4 on Royal Caribbean will see over $70 a day in service fees. That adds $500 to a 7-night cruise before any extra 20% spa surcharges. In 9 Caribbean nations, including Barbados, Grenada, Dominica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago, wearing camouflage patterns is a criminal offense for civilians. Barbados enforces this ban strictly under its police act. Tourists caught wearing camo print shirts, shorts, or carrying camo backpacks face a fine of up to 2,000 Barbadian dollars, a year in prison, or both. Grenada targets beachwear on city streets. Walking through public areas off the beach in swimwear violates the local Indecent Exposure Act, resulting in a fine of $270. On the ship, dress codes are enforced strictly on night 1. While crew members allow casual travel clothes while luggage is delivered, showing up to the main dining room in swimwear, tank tops, or torn jeans will still get you turned away at the door. Onboard assumptions do not travel with you. Once you're inside your stateroom, assuming total privacy is a costly mistake. The cabin feels like a sanctuary, but the ship still monitors your behavior. Lighting a cigarette or an e-cigarette on your private balcony can trigger automated smoke alarms. That can land a non-negotiable $250 to $500 deep cleaning fee on your account, or it can get you removed from the ship at the next port. Noise travels instantly. On lines like Carnival, portable speakers are officially banned, and blasting one will get it confiscated after a single neighbor complaint through the thin walls. Then there are physical hazards. Opening your balcony door and your hallway door at the same time creates a violent wind tunnel effect. The sudden rush of air can slam heavy cabin doors, crush fingers, and disrupt the ship's climate control. Even basic housekeeping can backfire. Hanging wet laundry on balcony railings is banned because clothes can blow overboard, and rigging homemade privacy curtains can block critical fire sprinklers and emergency lighting. Your cabin is not a lawless zone. While your bags are in transit, a silent countdown is ticking on the ship's local network. Many passengers spend their first hours exploring the decks, treating this time as a relaxed buffer. It is actually a high-stakes booking window. By the time the ship clears the harbor, prime dining slots at specialty restaurants are gone, leaving only 9:30 p.m. openings. On mega ships, headliner theater shows and comedy clubs book to capacity within hours of boarding. Spa packages and popular shore excursions disappear just as fast. Waiting until your first dinner to open the app guarantees you lose the vacation you actually planned. Your own body can become your biggest obstacle on day 1. Standing on a packed, sun-drenched sail-away deck without applying sunscreen or drinking water quickly turns an afternoon of celebration into a pounding headache and a painful burn by dinner. Waiting until the ship hits open water to address motion sickness is another major error. Once your inner ear registers the sway, over-the-counter remedies take hours to work, ruining your first evening. Overnight, the ship's clock often shifts to match local ports. Passengers relying on auto-syncing phones wake up late, missing breakfast and their morning excursions. Treating the day 1 buffet like an eating contest leaves you sluggish before the ship even sails. That fatigue compounds at the bar, where tapping for drinks feels like free money until the bill posts. By evening, a painful afternoon sunburn sets in, but the ultimate collapse is losing your SeaPass card. This card is your room key, your ID, and your wallet. Lose it, and the ship's entire system turns against you. You are stranded in the hallway, locked out of your cabin, unable to spend a cent, and headed to a long line at guest services just to prove who you are. Last year, 37 million passengers boarded cruise ships worldwide. Day 1 always sets the tone, and navigating this strict system successfully requires preparation, not luck. Don't let a simple mistake ruin your voyage. Subscribe to Cruise Luma for more.